Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you are seeing this. I'm your instructor for the fall term, Professor Zioli, or Professor Z is fine. Welcome to our online lab course for physical biological anthropology. So this is my YouTube channel. I just post these videos for students online because I primarily teach online, and I feel like this is an easier outlet to communicate with my couple of campuses that I work for. So if you're watching this video, it is for the Physical Bioanthropology 100 level introductory course for the lab, and I'm just going to go over a couple of things for you to hopefully better prepare you for what we have coming up in the next few weeks. So the first thing and most important is that you have had to take the anthropology lecture portion to this course. So depending on your campus, it could be entitled physical anthropology or it can be entitled biological anthropology, but that must have been completed within a year with you earning a grade of a C or better, or you have to be concurrently enrolled. So enrolled at the same time in the fall term that you're taking this lab course. Just as a reminder with the lab courses, we're not lecture courses, so I'm not going to be providing detailed lectures. There's not a lot of detailed reading for the labs. Really, you're going to follow the lab manual and the lab modules as I've outlined them and organized them to help you succeed in the class. But there is an assumption that you have some base of knowledge from the lecture portion, which would then coincide with the lab work. So that's why it's really important to have taken the lecture portion either within a year of taking this lab course or you're currently taking it right now in the fall term. Also, we are going to be using this lab manual. So this is the second edition for the Soluri. We call it the Soluri Lab Manual. The authors are Elizabeth Soluri or Liz Soluri, as well as Sabrina Agarwal. And the lab this is a requirement for this lab course. So I prefer the hard version, the paperback version, but you are also welcome to get the online lab manual, whatever works for you. You can actually find it in the campus bookstore, or you can try getting it online through Norton. Norton is the publisher, and the link is found in the syllabus. So you can actually click on that, and I think it's about $30 to purchase the online version. I prefer the print version, probably because of my age, but also it's just easier for me to read and without having a tablet or computer in front of me at all times. So really what works for you and fancies you is I'm leaving that at your discretion. Now with the course structure, there are 16 labs. Each lab will have a series of assignments, exercises, short answers, and every 4 labs will have a discussion. Now, the lab manual being that it is 16, it is broken down into 4 parts. So the first part, you're going to have the introduction to anthropology, bioanthropology, science, scientific methodologies, a little bit of understanding of how anthropologists conduct field work, and then we move into part 2, part 3, and part 4, which you'll see what I'm talking about when you crack open that lab manual. So again, we're structured, we're very highly structured and organized in our lab class. This is not just for the benefit of the students, it's benefit for me, your instructor, because I like to know where we are in terms of the dates, in terms of the schedule as we move into the fall term. Now, with that in mind, do pay attention to the due dates. Use that syllabus schedule. I spend a lot of hours invested in creating the syllabus, and so hopefully you won't notate any errors in there, but generally speaking, that's kind of the framework in which I follow through the entire time we're together. So using that syllabus schedule is really important. Now with Canvas, all of the exercises and short answers, everything really is embedded inside Canvas, our course shell. These are just terms, if you're unfamiliar with it, we use describing the software in Canvas. So when I say shell, I'm referring to the course. So in our Canvas shell, this course that we're in, you're going to see a home page, and on that home page there will be a list of all of the labs that we have, including the practicum exam, including an extra credit opportunity, as well as the syllabus throughout the semester together. So please pay attention to how that our course is organized, how the user interface, in other words, how it looks, because I know that from class to class, depending on how long you've been in college or if you've used Canvas in high school, there's going to be different ways in which instructors organize their Canvas shell. I organize it by not having the modules on the first page. I actually create my own home page, which then lists all these hyperlinks, which I think is kind of more familiar to you if you use social media or any kind of broad-based website that you click on links and you're able to access the content from the links rather than accessing the content directly from the modules on the home page. So on that home page, everything you need to know for the term will be found there, in the exception of our course announcements, which will sometimes be popped up on the top, as well as your grades. So your grades are available to you as I grade the items. You'll see them posted. Please check that to make sure that your grades are as what they are supposed to be. If there's any errors or issues in Canvas, which has been known to happen, so glitches, things like that, please bring it to my attention. That being said, I do expect high quality work in this lab course. I know some folks say, well, this is just a 1-unit lab class. What do I care about it? Well, it's an important lab course. It's in something that many of you need to transfer or graduate. So it is just as important as a 3-unit course. It's just the content is a little bit different. So again, we're not teaching this as a lecture class. This is a lab, meaning a methods course. So it's typically more work heavy. There's assignments due every week. So again, really imperative that you stay on top of that work and you do the work as it is outlined. I do not recommend waiting until the last hour. I know that's kind of a norm for many students to just procrastinate until the last minute. I am guilty of that myself, did that throughout college too. But for the lab classes, you want to try to avoid that as much as possible, just because there is quite a bit of work in some of these labs that requires you to kind of delve deeper into maybe the lab readings or the module content that I provided you. We call it the learning materials in the labs. So get ahead of it, make sure you're following through on the work. And if you have questions for me about the content, you needed a little help clarifying something, maybe the vocabulary, maybe the terms, maybe the concepts, do not hesitate to send me a message in Canvas. I'm more than happy to help you if you need it, okay? But other than that, I think we are all set. Just get that lab manual, take the syllabus quiz by the first Sunday. It's also the first time in which a lab assignment will be due. So please take that lab syllabus quiz immediately right after you watch this video to ensure you are going to stay enrolled in this course, because it is required. And read that syllabus in detail. And again, if you have questions for me, do not hesitate to reach out. Cheers to everybody on a great term together. I look forward to reading all of your discussions and responses. Take care.